On a turkey, you just kind of aim where the feathers like meet this red spot.
There we go.
I think it's probably just my shot. Why did I want to learn to hunt? That's a very good question. I grew up in Cameroon, in West Africa. I really grew up from a family of hunters. My dad was a hunter. You know, they say what you learn as a kid, it's kind of hard to take that out of you. So I've always just wanted to continue with that. And so when I came to Minnesota, it was just really me looking for avenues to continue in that endeavor of hunting. Now, the step to actually go out and learn, that was, I would say, at least to me, it was scary because I didn't know where to start. The first thing that I knew I could do under my own control was to get the firearm safety training. I just told people that I'm looking to hunt and I really don't know how to start. One of the ladies during that class, she was the instructor that was helping us. So she took my contact, sent me an email, introduced me to this individual that worked for the DNR, and the rest was history. They took me from there and then put me through this program that taught me how to deer hunt.
I signed up to be a mentor in the Minnesota State Learn to Hunt DNR program. And through that, I met Fru, who was in the program trying to learn how to hunt. He had taken hunter safety and he kind of knew the basics, but didn't know where to go, like what to do, how to get started. But one thing I could tell right away was that he was very motivated. We were going to be hunting public land. And I talked to him about the concept that if you want to be successful on public land, you have to get away from where other people are hunting. And sometimes that means hiking farther, hiking across a swamp or a marsh, going to places where other people aren't willing to go. When I talked about that, Fru's eyes lit up. He was like, oh yeah, I get that, I like that. And when I saw that response from him, I knew right away that this was gonna be a perfect partnership. We had 4 days. I wanted to hunt on public land, and I wanted to hunt kind of the most traditional way of turkey hunting, which means going around in the woods, sitting with our back against a tree, not using a blind, and trying to strike birds, scouting, trying to roost them, trying to move in on them. And that way of hunting is really challenging, especially for a new hunter.
There's some turkeys up here, but they're just not goblins.
It really teaches you the basics that you could use to go backcountry elk hunting. You have to learn how to move through the terrain in a way that you don't get seen or heard. You have to hear or see your quarry before it sees you. And you have to be able to cover a lot of ground. You have to be able to hike, you have to be able to navigate through challenging terrain. So those are all really good building blocks just for a hunter overall. And this type of turkey hunting, kind of the more traditional tactic, teaches that, or it kind of forces that. So after 4 days of doing this, I have been able to see Fru just improve his skills.
We had turkeys all around us, pretty much all morning. And there's one that half an hour ago, was closing the distance and gobbling on his way in. And we tried to get set up as fast as we could. I called it. He never responded. So
It's like a choir. It's like a choir of turkey. They were all over the place singing. Gobbling.
Yeah, it was like a choir.
Yeah. There is a lot of things that goes into preparing for that eventual harvest. And to me, those are the life lessons that I take away from hunting. Learning how to be patient. When I go out and I don't get something, I don't just give up, right? Because I know that I know the end goal. Learning how to be humble, right? You gotta respect the animal because, you can't just go out running around in the woods, right? The animals don't care for you, right? They don't care about your ego. So You gotta keep that ego to the side and follow the process and do what is right. Because if you don't, you're not gonna get anything. My mantra is, if there's any time I can spend out in the woods, it doesn't matter what I'm hunting, I would enjoy doing it. And so this hunt has been 4 days, it's been pretty intense. It's pushed me both mentally, physically to the limits. And I think that's about it with life, right? You can't expect to just have everything easy, put on your plate, then you don't learn the lessons. So it's been challenging. Even though I've hunted deer, I still did not know the steps that it would have taken for me to get into hunting turkey. Now, I think I have at least a footing to say, if I wanted to go out hunting turkey by myself, I have a rough idea, I have an approach to take, right? I'm not gonna set up a tree stand to hunt turkey because that's not how it works, right? So those are the things that I picked up from something like this that, you know, without really having that mentorship, without having the guidance that I've gotten, I couldn't really have been able to get that.
I mean, one of the key things about mentoring a new hunter is getting them prepared to make a shot when it presents itself. And that a lot of that falls on you to explain what the hunting scenario is going to be like and to show them how they can practice. But then a lot of it falls on the mentee to just go out and do it. You know, they have to shoot their bow, they have to shoot their gun, they have to pattern their shotgun. They have to do that work. And I like to mentor people who are willing to do that. And then also know that like that shot opportunity may not always come. Like we hunted hard for 4 days and Fru never got a shot through no fault of his own. You know, he just never got an opportunity. So it's that combination of being ready to make a good shot when you have it and understanding that you're not always going to get to shoot.
There's nothing better in this day and age than to go out and be in touch with nature, to actually hunt. To me, it's not about just killing an animal. It's more about the experience. It's more about the learning. It's more about the lessons of patience, of preparedness, right? You're not just gonna get into the woods without preparing and getting the right gear and getting the right equipment. So all of those are lessons that are very important to life. And so if there's anyone out there, regardless of where you're from, especially for me as an immigrant coming to the United States, having this tradition and this passion that I grew up with, you don't have to let go of that just because you've come here. The beauty about it is there are opportunities for you to continue with that, to learn, to get mentors that can help you. There's abundant land and wildlife that is available out there for hunting. So if you are really thinking about, you know, going out and being a hunter, don't give up on that dream. The reason why I'm out here today talking about this is because I never gave up on it.